Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. And of course, hello, Sparks fans. We are Sparkstember, and we are going to be talking about pulling rabbits out of a hat. And I do have a bit to say about that. Okay, let's just talk about the cover and go through the innards of it. And and as I show you, see, it's not even in there. It's in the player right now because I was listening to it earlier. And this is a pretty good picture. I do always like that picture of them. And that's the same in the back here. They kind of reuse a couple of pictures. That is where I put the hype sticker, the most unobtrusive place that I can think of. And so this makes number 13, part 13, album 13. So later on tonight, I am going to be doing a basically a mid journey recap of all I've gotten so far. I am going to take all that I've compiled it here and and then organize it. I'm going to rank them from the best to the least best for sure, just for the first 13, and then tomorrow I'll start. Um, what is it? Oh, well, music that you can dance to. That is what is next. That's number 14. That's going to be starting the second half of this extravaganza. I can't think of a better word than extravaganza. It is pretty fun doing this. Okay. Not much to the insides on this one. A cool picture of them there. A little introduction but it's just liner notes here. Well, I'm at the next page here after just liner notes. But then I do like that picture. I like how the two people in back there, that woman and that man. I'm I'm just guessing that it might be their parents, but I could be totally wrong. And they don't look very impressed. They look either, I don't know, disappointed, bored, or whatnot, but they're not very happy. Nobody is. I mean, I should say everybody is pretty serious in this picture. Even the brothers, and they look really handsome in this picture, you know. And it is a whole older picture because of you can tell by the hair, but I do like it. I just thought the looks on these two people's faces, the girl and the guy behind them, it kind of makes me laugh. Yeah, some more liner notes, and then a cool little rendition of that picture there, a little smaller there, but yeah, not too much. Again, there's no lyrics in it, but I really do like that picture. I just want to briefly mention also that the I find it interesting that they decided to put the watch facing that direction. As you see, it's not for me. It's not facing palm down. It's facing palm up because when I look at my time, I'm the Back to the Future style. Stop. Okay, and but for the picture, like, I'm wearing a watch, right? But I can't just have it turned the other way. I need the strap. I can't just, the strap won't look right, okay? We need to put the watch facing the other way. I don't know if that's actually how he wears it. He might, but yeah, I thought that was a little interesting that I think the watch is pointing the wrong way, but some people do wear it that way, so all right, let's get into the main part of this. Like the most important part of these Sparks Timber reviews and that is the ratings, because I think the ratings is what's really given me an idea. And again, I think this is super accurate, super accurate. So pulling rabbits out of a hat, and there's a bit of an explanation why these get the scores that they do. They automatically get subtracted a point 0.5, okay, points for being commercial. If I find something is a little too commercial and it doesn't have that sparks, the brothers, like their personality and their a little bit more whimsical side, I find the albums lack, and as you'll see, so Pulling Rabbits Out of a Hat, the title track. I do give that a strong 9.5 out the gate because it is a great song. It is a good way to open up the album. But again, I've subtracted 5 points off of that for a reason, for the commercialism, and it's pretty much all through the album. Love Secrets gets a flat eight, a flat eight. It for a second song to dip so down so far, wasn't really impressed with it. It's too standard. It's too commercial again. Pretending to be drunk is now getting back into some of the flair, you know. So I give that a strong 9.5. I give Progress a strong 9.5, and I give All My Might a strong 9.5 because they are the side one is a really strong side one, you know, except for scenes. I think that could have been moved over to the side two, but then what would you push over to side two? Because I give Sparks in the Dark Part One a a nine, a solid flat nine, you know, because it is good as a 30-second intro that goes directly into Everybody Moves. It really good, but then you know slight lowering on Everybody Moved. It gets a 8.5. Still pretty okay, enjoyable, but you know but then again, a song that sings itself, Sisters, and Kiss Me Quick, they all get a flat eight. The side, I don't know, what is it with those side twos? And what bothers me so much about the album is not necessarily that there's nothing whimsical about it. Of course, I give Sparks in the Dark Part Two a solid nine because I lump those two together. So here's my score. Okay, here's the scoring for pulling rabbits out of a hat. And so that those track 8, 9, and 10 being all eights out of I wanted to give them a higher score, but they got it's a little bit too commercial. They kind of they're not whimsical. They're not really have any flavor. Side one has more flavor. Come on. Pulling rabbits, pretending to be drunk, progress, and with all my might being the only ones that get a 9.5 out of there and because they are strong. There's no 10 out of 10s. Nope, not in this one. And as you see the score here, 8.72. Now I redid the tally sheet again. Now where did we see that score before? Oh yes, that's right. It's for for Sparks and Wolfer. They also got a 0.772, 8.772. So yeah, and of course no tens out of tens. I added bonus tracks, the B for the bonus tracks. Only Kimono, Propaganda, and Discreet has them because they are actual songs rather than just like remixes or extended mixes or anything like that, as the bonus tracks on this are. So that's why they cannot be included. You know, I mean, if you have a song like Barbecuity or Lost and Found or Alabama Right and so on, you know, yeah, I and if they're available when I even if it's on the internet, if I click it and I pull up a full album and they're on there and there are actual songs, yeah, I will include them. So that's why the check marks on Kimono, Propaganda, and Discreet. So later tonight, as I said, I will be doing my ranking of them. I will doing a proper ranking of all the songs. Um, I don't know. I don't really got much to say about uh about anything on that. Really, I've said it already. There's nothing like again. There's nothing too striking or noteworthy about any of the lyrics. I mean, they are good lyrics and they are good songs, but yeah, they like as compared to Number One in Heaven, which has such a distinction of being of its time and yeah. I just briefly, okay. I'm going just to give you an idea of where I feel right now with this era of Sparks. Let's go back to starting with the 80s, okay? I want to not the style of music or the type of music, but I'm talking career-wise at this point in their career in the 80s. Remember how Rush remember how Rush kind of went a little bit commercial during the 80s. They're strong, very strong during the 70s and early 80s, okay? But as the 80s creep through, they get more heavy on the synth. They get a little bit too heavy on the synth. They start going into certain synth sounds that is not as, you know, that I'm not as crazy for. I want more rocking guitars, and more and this kind of gets kind of lax, You see those stuff that is a little bit more rocking, like Kimono and Propaganda, and I mean, number one in heaven is a little bit of an outlier, of course, but then you get Womp That Sucker, Angst in My Pants, and just on the fence of between 8 and 9 is a solid 9 here, if we're in outer space. And because it has, it also has three like 10 out of 10s. So yeah, when they go commercial, like look at Terminal Drive. Ah, Terminal Drive being such a low score, and of course no 10 out of 10s, it suffers. Well, I'll get to that later when I do my round, my summation of the halfway point tonight. Then I will talk more about that. But yeah, I was just like thinking that this part of Sparks' careers reminds me of the same time period of what happened with Rush. Why a lot of people tuned out of Rush because they were getting too commercial. They were getting too heavy on the synths. And I mean, I would put this album right alongside Gary Newman, with Cars and Our Friends Electric type of stuff. It's more in that genre, which is decent. I like that stuff, but it's not the stuff I prefer. I like the more rockin' stuff. All right, I am done with this now. Like I said, I don't have much more to say. Yeah, music that you can dance to will be starting off the next leg of this and everything. So we'll see what that does. Okay. All right. So as always, I'm gonna let you go right now. As always, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody, and I'll see you later tonight.